Yo, welcome to WalkersWaves show featuring one and only Mr. Walker. Yeah, we back at it again, man. Today's video is gonna be about brushes. Brushes. Square, football. Is it important? Does it make a difference in waving? Well, it all depends on your pattern, but they do help. Different style brushes will help lay your hair down and change up your hair texture. Now, if you're a nappy-headed waver, I'm talking to my coarse hair wavers here, you're gonna want to start out with a flat brush, flat hard. You know, this way, the hard brush flat will define which way your hair is going. You know, you don't try to go for a wave pattern and it's not a natural pattern for yourself because you're gonna have to do more conditioning and wash days to hold on to that pattern. So you want to use a hard brush at first to identify which way your hair is going. Now, once we start to get a swirl going, or the beehive in this direction, that direction, or whatever, then it's going to help to go to a soft brush. Okay. Now, what the soft brush is going to do is that it's not going to tend to hurt you if you overlap. Okay. As a pattern starts to get set, you don't want to overlap. Okay. And that's what the football brushes come in. Now, once we start to get the pattern in, once we start to get it set, we don't want to tend to do too much overlapping. That's kind of like brushing our hair really, really good and then brushing it backwards. We just, not saying that you're going to lose progress, but you're not going to gain as much progress as you would if you just stick to the same pattern, stick to the same brush angles. And that's where the football one comes in. So you see, if I had a straight brush and just brushed it straight down, it would overlap. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to stay within the pattern. And this takes some time. It's kind of a big pain, a little bit. You're going to stay in the mirror. You're going to have to move around a little bit more. But once the pattern is in, it starts to get easy. Okay? Now, another thing is the crown work. The crown has to be completely different. Well, not completely different, but you should try to isolate your crown at least once or twice a day if you're brushing. Now, if you've been using a lot of brushes, you've been combing, using a hard brush, and it's still not coming in, I'm talking to my coarse hair wavers here. If it's really, really nappy, try to go for something a little bit harder. Like, let's try metal, rock and roll. Now, you don't want to press too hard with this because you don't want to irritate your scalp, but you want to get those nappy hairs that don't seem to want to cooperate, And this old metal thing right here, these metal jackets will really get that down. You have to force this hair to swirl and go into the direction that you want it to go, because this part of our head, we're not really hitting as much as we would, just chilling, brushing right here, just chilling, brushing, They just be like, yeah, I'll be brushing all day long, chilling and brushing. I'll be brushing all day long. Yeah, you probably do brush all day long, but I guarantee you, you're not brushing this right here all day long, because that's a pain, especially without being in the mirror. So if you want to go ahead and speed this up, try to hit it with something a little bit harder while you're in the mirror and get it going. You have to be really careful because our hair is really thin right here, and you don't want to irritate the scalp with this metal stuff. So you want to make sure we have some oil, some type of butter right there in the middle. So what I'm saying, kind of eases our scalp. And if we do scratch our scalp, it's okay because the oil and the hair mixture is going to help heal the scalp up. But yeah, this will definitely leave you with a bald spot if our hair is not healthy, if our scalp is not healthy. So make sure our scalp is good and oily before we start messing with the crown. And it's going to take some time. Because this part, like I said, we don't really hit this as much as we think, or as much as we do our other sides. See? See that? That's just from a little bit harder brush. This is the hardest brush. I wouldn't recommend a big brush like this. You know, once you get that part, you know, you can just go back to a regular square brush. You know, metal is not needed unless we have some other nappy parts that we need to get rid of. Like this will be really, really good towards our ends. You know, just to get rid of any knacks. Still, like I said, we wanna brush the stubborn, thick hair, not scratch our scalp. You wanna mess up your hairline, you know. You wanna get rid of those forks right in front, not damage our hairline. And you wanna make sure you have some shea butter or something around your edges too, you know. Cause like I said, you know, we're not trying to irritate our scalp. We're trying to help ease the scalp with this hardened hair that we have, so we can continue to style as usual. Okay, back to the footballs. Now once we got the swirl going, everything is looking good. Now you want to be perfect, right? It's like, man, I want to be perfect. Now how should I do it? Okay, first thing that we have to do is that the football brushes are going to work, but it's how you move it. Okay, we just can't brush with this brush like you brush with this brush. Okay, I mean it'll work, but not like how it could be working. So with the football brush, once we have a 360 pattern or 540 pattern, 720, whatever you're trying to go, what you want to try to do is that you don't want to brush anymore. You just want to kind of football turn it. Just want small sections turn. You think your hair is going straight down because of the wave pattern, but it's not. It's not. What you want to do is that you want to connect from your crown down with your wave pattern. So you kind of want to just click, 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 click. See that? A lot of people struggle with that, you know. You brush a certain way for a certain time. As your hair grows, the brush style should change because you're trying to grow more hair into waves. So you want to change that hair growth and make sure it falls into the pattern that you've been trying really hard to set. See, nothing is straight with the football brush. Nothing is being straight. Everything is being tick-tocked. Tick, 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 tick. See that? And those are the football style brushes. And that's how you brush with the football. And that's how you brush. Now, you want to go back and do something. If you don't like the pattern that the football brush is producing, you can always go back without cutting your hair to just brushing straight. That'll bring the rope straight in. If the football pattern is doing you justice for the crown and up, but your sides, your back, maybe not straight, go back to the square, straight down. This will help identify forks, places that you need to be brushing a little bit more, a little bit more tick-tocking, like what I said. See, this is what's gonna identify that. See, I got fork right there, boom. See that? What we're gonna do is that we're just gonna brush that forward. We're just gonna brush. Man, fucking fly. We're just gonna brush that forward. I mean, these bugs, man, they wanna be famous too. All right, you see that? Now I got a better set pattern. much better set pattern to go back to when we start swirling with the swivel brush. Tick, 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 tick. See? Wavier, bumpier. That's what you want. You want your hair to be bumpy as it starts to grow. You don't want your hair to grow and it's not bumping up. That means that we got some hair that's growing that's not trained into the wave style, which is gonna take away from the waves that are already there, which means that, you know, you woofing and brushing, and then when you cut the woof, it doesn't really seem like you did a lot of brushing because you just cut off a lot of hair that wasn't really trained. So remember, as you grow more hair, brushing has to change a little bit. Remember, with waves, anybody can get them. It takes time, discipline, and plenty of brushes. That's it. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. You know, tune in for more. You know, like to comment for support, and keep the brushes moving. Remember, you can do it. Walker knows the way.